Yo! We're talking about the new Liam Payne EP, First Time. Liam Payne first came to people's attention in 2008 when he applied for the UK series of The X Factor, and he was meshed into the One Direction juggernaut that took the pop world by storm in the late 2000s, early 2010s. Now, the group broke up. In 2016, One Direction went on an indefinite hiatus, and each of the 5 members of the boy band went their separate ways. Some have been fairly successful, like Harry Styles and Zayn Malik. Others, like Louis Tomlinson and Niall Horan, have had middling success. And prior to 2017, Liam Payne was certainly not seen as someone relevant from One Direction. In 2017, Liam Payne unleashed his solo career in earnest. Strip That Down peaked at number 3 in the UK singles chart. This is a great pop trap banger with minimal DJ Mustard inspired production, and it was co-written by Ed Sheeran. Payne is arguably the weakest part of this track. He is carried very heavily by the beat and by Quavo's ad-libs and his rap at the start and the end of the track. But Strip That Down was a really good song. It brought Payne back into the public attention and helped his career hugely. So now we move on to First Time, the first solo project from Liam Payne. This is a 4-track EP. Payne has 0 songwriting or production credits on this project. Interestingly, when he first left One Direction, he wanted to focus on songwriting for others. Clearly, that's not the case with his solo career so far. And we start off with the track First Time. The first thing we hear on First Time is French Montana introducing himself, doing his usual ad-libs, like, French Montana, like that sort of thing that he does. And it makes it feel like we're getting a French Montana album rather than a Liam Payne EP. This sets the tone for the rest of the project, which is derivative and relies on others rather than Payne. There are a lot of effects on Payne's vocals on First Time. It's the sort of Latin pop that's very much in vogue at the moment in the UK charts. Adding French Montana onto it as well is just pandering to this audience. And I feel like the team behind this track just picked a load of cliches, very cliche beat, got a French Montana feature, and just stuck Liam Payne on the track and just released it as the single. It's quite generic, quite average, and the title track sets the tone for the First Time EP, which is just lazy. There's a generic ballad on here. Depend on It is a very slow, meandering ballad based around a couple of piano chords that just repeat in the background as Payne talks about the end of a relationship, probably with Cheryl Tweedy, and he's talking about how fucking sad it is, and there's loads of tabloid articles written about this track and how it snipes at tweeds. It's all just very exhausting. It feels like this is just tabloid fodder at this point. There's nothing really original about this track. The vocals are okay. I think the most sensitive moment on Depend on It is when Liam Payne says, "We used to be loving, touching, kissing, fucking, like our lives depended on it. But now it's over. It's over, the relationship's over, and no one cares." Depend on It is very cliche ballad territory. It sounds like something fucking Gary Barlow would write, and then the Queen would love it, and then it gets played everywhere on the radio, and everyone just has a big love-in about Gary Barlow and his amazing songwriting talents. This is exactly like that. We close the album with Slow. Slow would have been a more apt title for the previous track, but Slow itself is quite upbeat. The beat sounds like the Strip Me Down beat, wherein it's very much influenced by that skeletal DJ Mustard production where it's got that little crowd chant in the background to emphasize the beat. I remember when DJ Mustard first got big, everyone was laughing at him always using that crowd sound in his beats, but it's clearly been working because it's very highly imitated at the moment. Just listen to any up-tempo Liam Payne track and you'll just hear the little crowd chant in the background. I feel like DJ Mustard should get royalties whenever people use his little trademark like that. The subject of Slow is a ending of a relationship. There might be some references to Cheryl Tweedy here, but if you want to hear about that, then go on the fucking Daily Mail or something. This track is okay. It's pretty decent. It's quite a nice way to close out the album. Overall, for this 4-track EP, there are 2 decent songs, 2 shitty songs. First Time and Slow are quite good. They don't do anything original. They're quite generic takes on Latin pop and trap pop, respectively. But they're a bit more fun. Home With You I haven't even mentioned yet because it's just so fucking boring that there's nothing to say about that one. Depend On You, average ballad. Liam Payne, First Time EP is worthy of 4 out of 10.